Italy on the brink. The phrase flashes across headlines and news tickers, echoing through living rooms and cafes across the country. It's a headline that's become background noise, so familiar that many have grown numb to it. But make no mistake, the crisis is real. And it's been quietly unfolding for decades, shaping the lives of millions. Italy's economy isn't crashing in a dramatic explosion. Instead, it's slowly eroding, piece by piece, like a Roman statue left out in the rain. Its features fading, its foundation weakening, almost imperceptibly at first. The post-war boom, when Italy was a symbol of hope and energy, is now a distant memory. Those golden years of growth and optimism have faded into sepia-toned nostalgia. For the last 25 years, Italy's been stuck in a rut, trapped in economic stagnation and political chaos, unable to break free from a cycle of uncertainty and disappointment. If Italy's economy were a person, it would be the star athlete who peaked in high school, reliving old glories but never moving forward, stuck in a loop of what could have been. This isn't just about numbers or statistics, it's about shuttered family businesses that once formed the heart of communities, young talent packing their bags and fleeing abroad for better opportunities, and a generation that's never truly known prosperity or stability. The optimism of the past has faded, replaced by a sense of anxiety and uncertainty about the future. Playgrounds are empty, and conversations are tinged with worry. How did the country that gave the world Da Vinci, Ferrari, and so much culture and innovation end up here, teetering on the edge? The answer is a toxic mix of bad decisions, deep-rooted structural flaws, and political self-interest that has stifled progress and innovation for years. Over the next few scenes, we'll unpack how Italy went from economic hero to zero, exploring the turning points, the missed opportunities, and whether there's any hope for a turnaround in the years ahead. So grab a glass of Chianti, settle in, and get ready, because this is going to be a ride through history, economics, and the soul of a nation. Let's dive in. Italy's flight of the brains is more than just a headline. It's a crisis quietly reshaping the nation's future. Every year, the country loses some of its brightest minds, draining away the potential that could drive innovation and growth. Tens of thousands of highly educated Italians, doctors, engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs, pack their bags and leave for better opportunities abroad, searching for places where their talents are valued and rewarded. Italy invests years and resources into their education, nurturing talent from childhood through university, but it's other countries that ultimately benefit from their skills and ambition. The cost of this exodus is staggering. Over 14 billion euros lost every year in tax revenue, innovation, and consumer spending. That's money that could have fueled new businesses, funded public services, and created jobs. But it's not just talented people who are leaving. Businesses are vanishing too, unable to survive in a challenging environment. For every new business that opens, more than one closes its doors for good, leaving empty storefronts and lost dreams behind. Small and medium-sized enterprises, once the backbone of Italy's economy, are suffocating under the weight of high taxes, endless bureaucracy, and a lack of support. Youth unemployment numbers may look better on paper, but that's only because so many young people have either given up hope or left the country entirely in search of a future. The result is a vicious cycle. As talent and businesses disappear, investment dries up, opportunities shrink, and the situation grows even more dire. What remains is an aging, less dynamic workforce, struggling to keep up in a rapidly changing world, and a sense that true recovery is slipping further away with each passing year. The very people who could spark change and drive Italy forward are the ones heading for the exit, their dreams and ambitions carried with them. Italy's future is literally walking out the door, suitcase in hand, leaving behind a country searching for answers. The nation is caught in a downward spiral, with each loss making it harder to recover and rebuild. Breaking this cycle won't be easy, but it's a challenge Italy must face if it hopes to reclaim its promise and potential. Let's talk GDP. For most countries, it's gone up for decades, not Italy. Since 2000, Italy's economy has barely grown, while Germany and France surged ahead. Real wages have actually fallen, Italians are earning less, and their money buys less. Imagine working 20 years and ending up worse off. Italy, once a G7 powerhouse, is now the sick man of Europe. Even Spain, after a massive crash, has bounced back stronger. Every global crisis knocks Italy down, but it never gets back up with the same energy. This stagnation is why debt piles up, jobs disappear, and public services suffer. Without growth, there's no new wealth, just a shrinking pie and rising tensions. Italy isn't in a recession, it's stuck in permanent stagnation. Escaping this trap is its biggest challenge, and so far it's losing the fight. The clock is ticking. It wasn't always like this. After World War II, Italy pulled off an economic miracle. Marshall Plan aid, cheap labor, and booming global demand fueled explosive growth. In the 1950s and 60s, Italy transformed from poor and rural to an industrial powerhouse. Iconic brands like Fiat and Olivetti went global. Italian design and cinema conquered the world. Living standards soared. Millions moved north for factory jobs and new lives. The secret? High productivity growth and efficient factories churning out stylish, affordable goods. For 2 decades, Italy was dynamic and optimistic, a model for Europe, but the miracle was built on unique post-war conditions, reconstruction, a baby boom, and the shift from farm to factory. By the late 60s, those advantages faded, productivity gains slowed, and social tensions rose. The cracks appeared, but few noticed. Italy failed to adapt as the world changed, coasting on past glory for too long. The golden age ended and the long decline began. Around 1970, Italy's productivity engine sputtered. The country, once celebrated for its post-war economic miracle, began to lose momentum. Factories that had buzzed with activity started to slow, and the sense of unstoppable progress faded. By the mid-90s, it stalled completely. Many industrial areas that once symbolized Italian ingenuity now stood silent, their machines gathering dust. Total factor productivity, how efficiently a country uses its resources, flatlined, then declined. The numbers told a stark story. Italy was no longer getting more out of what it put in. Instead of fixing the problem, politicians relied on quick fixes, deficit spending, and devaluing the lira. These short-term solutions gave the illusion of stability, but did nothing to address the underlying issues. These tricks masked the rot, but built up debt and delayed real reform. The cracks in the system widened, even as daily life seemed unchanged for many Italians. Enter the euro in 1999. Italy joined the new currency, hoping for a fresh start and greater stability. But with the euro, Italy lost the ability to devalue or print money. The old levers of economic control were gone, and the country had to play by new rules. Suddenly, it had to compete with Germany on a level playing field, and it wasn't ready. German industries, more efficient and innovative, surged ahead, while Italian firms struggled to keep up. Italian goods became too expensive, industries lost their edge, and growth ground to a halt. Exports lagged, and the world moved on. The failure to reform in the 80s and 90s was Italy's original sin. Politicians talked about change, but little was done to modernize the economy. Instead of cutting red tape, modernizing labor, and investing in innovation, governments papered over the cracks. Bureaucracy grew, and the system became even more sluggish. When the old tricks disappeared, the weaknesses were exposed, businesses closed, and unemployment rose. Italy entered the 21st century uncompetitive and unprepared for globalization. The world was changing fast, but Italy was stuck in the past. The result? 2 decades of stagnation. Growth was anemic, and opportunities dried up for a whole generation. The party was over, and the hangover still lingers. The vibrant energy of the past replaced by uncertainty and fatigue. The bill for decades of denial has come due. Today, Italian families face tough choices, and the nation is still searching for a way forward. Why did productivity die? Deep structural problems. Italy's public sector is a maze of bureaucracy that smothers business. Starting or growing a company means battling endless permits, taxes, and red tape. The North is modern and productive. The South, plagued by unemployment and organized crime, drags the whole country down. Billions have been spent trying to fix the divide, with little to show for it. The justice system is painfully slow. Enforcing a contract can take years, scaring off investors. All this creates a business environment that favors insiders and punishes innovation. Reliance on government connections trumps competition and efficiency. These problems aren't new, but in a globalized world, they're an anchor. Until Italy tackles them, real growth will remain out of reach. Italy faces a demographic crisis. Too few babies, too many grandparents. Birth rates are among the world's lowest. The population is aging and shrinking fast. A smaller, older workforce means less growth, less innovation, and more strain on public finances. The demographic dividend that fueled past prosperity is now a tax dragging Italy down. More pensioners, fewer taxpayers, public spending soars while investment in the future shrinks. Solutions like baby bonuses or raising the retirement age are politically tough and only partly effective. Immigration could help, but it's a political minefield. The demographic time bomb is already exploding, making recovery even harder. Italy is running out of time, and people. Italy's real national sport, accumulating debt. Public debt is over 140% of GDP, one of the highest in the world. Decades of deficit spending built a mountain of IOUs, now a ball and chain on the economy. Huge chunks of the budget go to interest payments, not investment or services. High debt makes Italy vulnerable. Any market jitters can send borrowing costs soaring. The only real fix is growth, but Italy's stagnation makes that impossible. It's a vicious cycle. Debt blocks growth, and lack of growth makes the debt worse. The country is trapped in a classic catch-22. Without a way out, the risk of crisis always looms. The debt trap is tightening. Enter Giorgia Meloni, leading Italy's most right-wing government since Eurozone. She's promised fiscal discipline and pro-family policies, but real reform is elusive. Crackdowns on welfare and baby bonuses aim to fix symptoms, not causes. Some red tape has been cut, but deep structural changes remain politically toxic. The problems, debt, bureaucracy, division, are decades in the making. Meloni brings new energy, but the old constraints remain. Italy may avoid collapse, but dynamic growth is still out of reach. The slow-motion train wreck continues, for now.